Hi, this is Dr. Maureen O'Hara, and I wanted to go over this timeline and schedule of activities for you for the independent study, thesis, or the special project. So this is just a guideline, and the idea is to provide a structure for you so that you don't get overwhelmed or get behind during the semester, so that you could try to finish your project all within one semester. So my idea was that you would submit your memo of intent during the first week and get my formal approval of your topic. But if the first week slips by, then aim for the second week. And then I wanted you to submit your proposal by the third week, and then I could try to return that to you by the following week. And then by week 5, I wanted you to start working on your final paper. And what I've decided to do, instead of having papers submitted to me that are 40 pages long or more, is I'd like to receive your paper in chapters. And that way we can head things off at the pass if you're making some repetitive errors, or help you with certain structure, whatever it is that you might need. And I think that submitting the paper in small chunks is going to be easier for both of us. So chapter 1 probably won't be much different than your proposal, so that'll be an easy one. And then start working on the review of literature, which is probably going to be very lengthy. It can be maybe as long as 20 pages. And then chapter 3 is the methods and procedures, which actually is a fairly short chapter and fairly easily to put together, which you might want to submit your chapters out of order. Maybe you might want to do chapter 1 and then do chapter 3, have more time to work on chapter 2. Then chapter 4 is going to be your results, and that chapter does require a little bit of thinking in terms of presentation, and that might take a little longer too. And then chapter 5 is your discussion, conclusion, implications, and recommendations, which also may take a week or two for that. Then my goal is that you're going to have all your paper put together by around week 13, and then you could be scheduling your oral defense for week 14 or 15 and be done by the end of the semester. Once again, these are guidelines, and if you are unable to finish, then you'll have to continue on and pay an additional fee for the next semester. So I'm just going over this memorandum of intent again very quickly, which I have an example for you in another presentation. And then for the proposal, I just want to go over this quickly because I will have another screencast that will go over it in much more detail. So the proposal is the first 3 chapters of a 5-chapter format. That's going to include the title page, table of contents, the introduction, which includes the statement of the problem, the purpose of the independent study, thesis, or special project, and your research question. Then in the review of literature, I just want a few paragraphs, maybe even up to a page, to show that there's enough literature to support your topic. Then in the methods and procedures, you're going to describe the methodology. Usually for a independent study, it's developmental, and for a thesis or a special project, it can be experimental, which will require IRB approval, observational, which may or may not require IRB approval, or developmental. Then also in the procedures, you're going to have your assumptions, limitations, research procedures, your inclusion and exclusion criteria, and your learning objectives. Then you're going to have your references and your appendices, which is going to include a schedule of activities and an explanation of any terms. So I'm going to stop here, and I'm going to pick up with my next segment.